Space Tortoise by Russ Montgomery and David Litchfield. Once, in an old rusty bin, in an old rusty playground, in an old empty park, there lived a little tortoise. The tortoise's bin was cosy, warm and dry all year round, even in winter. What more could a little tortoise need? But the tortoise never saw any other animals in the park. Sometimes he would search for them in the long grass, and on top of the slide, and under the swings, but he never found them. One night, the tortoise was gazing up at the sky. "Look at those candles glowing up there," he said to himself. "That must be where the other animals are. I wish I could join them." But how could a little tortoise get to the top of the sky? The next day, the tortoise found an old book in his bin. It was filled with pictures of space rockets. "So that's what I need to get to the top of the sky," he said. "But where will I find a rocket?" A tortoise peeked out of his bin, and there, right in front of the moon, was a rocket. The little tortoise picked up his candle and set off across the park. Soon the tortoise came to a desert. It stretched far into the horizon, silent as a whisper. He made his way across the dunes, past broken statues and crumbling castles. The tortoise came to a great wide ocean. The wind had whipped the waves into a furious storm. The tortoise was afraid, but there was no turning back now. He found a boat and set its sails into the wind. At last, the tortoise came to the farthest shore. There was a rocket, right in front of him. It towered above the little tortoise, too high to climb. But he had an idea. The tortoise searched through a bin until he found what he needed. Then he sewed and cut and tightened and twisted. The balloon glowed like a tiny star as it carried the little tortoise up through the night sky. The tortoise floated through the clouds, right up to the rocket's tip. But there was a problem. He couldn't see the cockpit anywhere, or the boosters, or the fuel tank. "What a strange rocket," said the tortoise. "I'm sorry to disturb you," said a voice, "but this isn't a rocket." The tortoise turned around. On the ledge was a tiny mouse. "What are you doing up here?" said the tortoise, taken by surprise. "I'm looking at the stars," the mouse smiled. "Beautiful, aren't they?" The tortoise frowned. "Stars? You mean those lights up there aren't candles being held by other animals?" "No," said the mouse. "There are no animals in the sky, just stars." The tortoise hung his head. "Oh dear," and he turned away to go home. "Wait," said the mouse. "Why don't you stay for tea? My house is right there, see?" The tortoise couldn't believe his eyes. Behind the clock tower, on the other side of the park, there were hundreds of little animal houses, each one lit by a candle. In fact, the candles looked just like stars.